Alright everyone, hello. This is going to be a review, a very, very last minute review of the Char Futur 4, or the Char Futur, as some people manage to pronounce it. Anyway, so this is a reward tank from Frontlines for the, the tokens you're getting. You could get it also from Steel Hunter, which is coming up later in the year. This is a tier 9 French medium with a very not French medium gun. It is an autoloader, but that's about where it ends as far as similarity wise. We'll do a quick look through this, just like we did for the 777, and then hopefully get you guys out of here with an understanding of the vehicle and not too much time of your day wasted. We'll go right to the crew. Again, I try and say this on my reviews, make no mistake and take the gameplay you're going to see with a grain of salt, because I have a very, very good crew in this. Brothers in Arms, Camo, Sixth Sense, Snapshot, Smooth Ride, Repairs, Situational Awareness, Deadeye, so on and so forth. Very, very good crew. Which is going to compensate for some of these stats, the vehicle's mobility, so on and so forth. As far as the equipment, I put on vents, optics, and vertical stabilizer because you can't fit a gun rammer, and there's no reason to run GLD or anything like that when you can put on vert staff. Now, just like the AE Phase 1 and the Object 777 version 2, this does get a free permanent large repair kit. You get the added bonus of a 15% added repair speed on top of what you normally have. So if you have 100% repair speed, you'll have 115. Very simple. I do run food. At this point, I run food on effectively every tank, even on premiums for the most part. However, this tank I feel like really benefits from it. We can look at the stats, and we'll start giving it a more detailed discussion. 390 alpha, so you have the same alpha as the tier 10 Batchat, which is really nice. However, here's where we get interesting. We have 264 base pen on APCR with very good shell velocity. I believe it's around 1400 meters per second. And we have 330 heat pen on a tier 9 medium, which is really, really comfortable. I love that about this vehicle. You're not really going to come across anything in the game that you're going to have trouble penning, particularly with that much heat. But it can't all be particularly good. The reload on this is where a lot of people are kind of, calling this vehicle trash, which, let's be clear, I don't think is unwarranted entirely. You have a 36-second reload, which is not great, I believe, if we go to the compare. That is faster than the Batchat, 25T AP, the comparable tier 9. However, the problem you're going to have is you have a 4-second interclip reload. So, for those of you that are not familiar with the term, that means when you pull the trigger and you dump the first of your 4 shots, it'll take 4 entire seconds for the third round, the next shot, to be loaded and ready to go. So it's fire, 4 seconds, fire, 4 seconds, fire, so on and so forth. You have a magazine of 4 rounds, which for 390 alpha is very comfortable. You could really deal a lot of damage because you have a great aim time, 1.93 seconds, and 0.3 dispersion. That's very comfortable. It's very not, in my opinion, French medium. You can see here, 0.32, which, it's not much, but I do feel it. In my opinion, you guys might not bother with the difference. However, sorry. However, you have 7.5 degrees of gun impression, 34 gun traverse, which is not bad. You could whip this around pretty comfortably. However, the DPM is where it lacks. This is a tank that really benefits from having access to long games. Whereas, so this will benefit on your Prokhorovkas, your Malinovkas, your battles that tend to last substantially longer on average than, let's say, a Himmelsdorf or an Ensk, so on and so forth. Let's see how many more times I can say so on and so forth this replay, or this review. Hit points 1750. We'll check the compare again for comparable vehicles. It's top of the pack. It's very good. For a similar package, which I would consider the Skoda, the Standard B, and then the Batchat to be relatively comparable to this vehicle. You've got, middle of the road for hull armor. It's, near the top end, but nothing too crazy. The turret armor, though, is where it gets interesting. So, you guys that play a lot of Tier 10 or Tier 9, whatever it may be, you might notice on the Batchat, let me pull the Batchat up really quick. You might notice that you'll get some troll bounces because of the armor. So, it's not uncommon, particularly to send a shell off here and ricochet, or catch something like this here, this bit here, on that hyper angle. You could catch something on the turret and bounce. That same kind of, I guess, event will happen again on this. You have a very, very well-sloped hull, upper plate particularly, and the turret here, which you can see it's kind of like soldered on the front. This is 140 millimeters thick. You will bounce shots off this. You're not going to be able to hull down, like a Conqueror or something, but you could bounce some shots here, to a nice degree. The only problem is when you're using this gun depression, it bumps up this back, kind of structure here, where I guess, the magazine and stuff is. Loader, so on and so forth. Yeah, the loader fits in there. My point is, this has very little armor and will get penned, and you can see it's pretty large in comparison to the actual turret of the vehicle. Okay. As far as speed, 60 kilometers an hour forward, 20 reverse. That's great. This thing is like a mobile kind of mix between the Leopard PTA and the Batchat 25T AP, where you have like a very accurate, high pen, capable gun. The only issue you're going to have is that interclip, so you're going to have trouble retracting people. You're going to have trouble dealing damage on a game like Ensk, to a reliable degree, in my opinion. But you have that capability of moving around to wherever you need to go to make this gun work and to make those shots. This is a tank similar to the Manticore in the sense that for a different reason. The Manticore, you have to make your shots count because you don't have many. In the Char, you have to make your shots count because the game is probably not going to last long enough for you to deal that much damage. You have also, on that same note of ammo, you do have not much ammo, 32 rounds. That's not even enough, in my opinion, to carry an HE clip. There's no point. You've got good camo, though, almost 35% most stationary, 26 on the move. You could do some scouting if you need to. Not to the same degree as a light tank, but if you've got to get into a position, a little bit ahead of the rest of your team, you could definitely get away with it with this kind of camo. It's very, very useful. 470 meters of range with the crew that I have. Now, this is a tank that you need optics. You're not going to put anything else in that slot. But you definitely should be training up your V-range skills. So your situational awareness, your recon, all that stuff is really going to benefit from this. Because, the higher the V-range you have, obviously, the better off you're going to be. And this is a tank that, can definitely utilize it. But I think that'll cover up the garage. I'll throw the stats up here if you guys want to look really quick. Feel free to pause the video now. You can kind of get an idea. All these tanks are set up with 100% crew, top configuration, basic equipment, what I'd recommend, and food. So you guys can take a look at all of these. Like I said, feel free to pause the video and get a feel for how they compete. These are vehicles, as I mentioned earlier, that I feel are comparable to the Char in its weight class at Tier 9. So, best in class damage per shot, very good pen, second best, effectively the same as the Standard B, 4 millimeters less. Terrible rate of fire, absolutely awful. Long reload, second longest in its class, so on. And, the only gun that's comparable is the Skoda T50. However, this does not show the hidden gun stats, so dispersion when moving the turret, while moving the entire vehicle are going to be different. The problem is you have much less DPM than the Skoda for the same thing. It's worst in class of this comparison DPM, which is what I mean where you're going to have trouble if games end very quickly. And we might see that happen today. Troll hull armor, you know, speed-wise, you can see all your stats here. It's, you know, middle of the road for speed, 60 as opposed to 65, 65. Concealment V range, it's all there. But, okay. That should be it for the garage. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to put them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. Or come to the stream and I'll definitely be able to answer your questions. We'll play our game in the Char. I don't want to hold you guys up too long. It's already been 11 minutes. Wow, right away. Okay, we have a bottom tier game on Abbey with 3 artillery, 2 frightening tank destroyers. Okay. No top tier heavies though. Nothing I'm too afraid of that I feel like I have to load the heat right away at. The Badger, sure, we might be able to get away with it. So I think I'm going to actually start by going on the 8 line and playing a supportive gun there. We'll see if our light tank commits down that, or if he commits to the Abbey. If he commits Abbey, that's really going to suck for us. Not going to be great. But you can get a feel right now for the gun while on the move, while moving the turret around, you know, traversing the tank. You can get a feel for how it performs. That 36-second reload, you're definitely going to feel it. EBR is going Abbey, so we're going to actually play that bush there, but we're going to play it very passively with the intent to leave if we have to. With our nice 20km/h reverse speed, we should be able to get out. The only issue is this bush tends to be very, very pre-fireable. People shoot it all the time. Now, I don't think their EBR would push this, but since he hasn't been lit yet, that's going to be interesting. I feel like this side benefits from that much, much easier. EBR is in the Abbey, the UDES, a 907's there. That's really worrisome. That's really worrisome. Okay, hold on. So this guy's got his hull open for us. We're going to pull back, get some concealment. Nice spotting. Let that gun aim, because as I mentioned before, you can't really afford to miss too many shots in this vehicle. I'm going to try and send one more. No. Now, I don't think we're going to spot much more, but I am going to reload. And we spot 2 things more. Okay, I am suck. I don't think I would be able to pen this, though. It'd be a little risky. However, thanks to the 257 getting just absolutely pranked, we know what to expect down there, and I don't want to commit into it. A hull down Badger, which that guy is going to be a massive problem for us, particularly providing our artillery doesn't do anything against him. So we've got our Object 430U going Castle. He's going to die going into that. There's no way he wins that fight. That 907 will tear him apart. I would imagine I'll tear him apart. Yeah, there's one pen. Yeah. There's too much of a crossfire there. There's too much of a crossfire there. We killed one, I suppose, but he lost so much HP. That 907's doing great in the Abbey. We have a clip. I really dislike this map. Oh, okay. I find it's very inflexible. Get the concealment from the bush. Nice pen. There's that long interclip. It'll really screw you up. Get more concealment. Another shot in. Now we're going to pull back. That IS-32, we can't do anything for him. We're going to get a reload off, and if he commits, we're going to have a problem. I want to sit here to continue spotting this line. Ooh, if artillery gets him, that'd be great. I'm worried about the IS-32. Worried about the IS-32. I feel like he's got to pen that Badger. It's so important. Because what happens is if the Badger commits, I'm going to get spotted, and if I get spotted, that could be really, really detrimental. But I'm tucked in pretty safe now, and I'm still spotting the 8 line. There's our ST-1. I'm not going to fire. I wanna keep that round, you know, safe. Badger is pushing. I'm gonna pull back. I'm gonna get spotted, I think. Yeah. I should be able to tuck in. Oof, that was meant for me. That shot was meant for me. I'm gonna try and tuck in over here and deal with the EBR, because I can't do anything in the 907. Yeah, he's playing a very dominant position in the Abbey in this battle. But we've lost this pretty convincingly. Obviously. Should matter of trying to secure whatever damage we can at this point. I'm preparing for a shot there. Yeah, there we go. Damn. Nice pen. That's risking a lot. Fuck. We got a wheel. I'll take it. We got one wheel. But because of our super long reload, we're not going to be able to fire another round here. I don't believe. When I say another round, I mean another magazine. However, 3,000 damage, 2,000 assist on Abbey, which I consider one of my worst maps. You know, I'll be okay with that. Triple Artie. Like, why? Why are you still shooting me? I guess fancy new tank, maybe. Or they don't have any shots over there. Could be it as well. But fancy new tank, I think, makes more sense. No, 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 no. We might actually be able to get one more out. Depending on how accurate this next artillery, like, attack is. Because it's going to be coming. There's one. There's two. I should be spotted for that. No? Interesting. 3. 4. Cool. 4.5. That's a really nice game. These first battles are always such a toss-up because I could throw so easily, and then the review becomes not as reasonable. But I suppose it actually becomes more reasonable. So this guy knows they know I'm here. Come on, already, bring it down, dude. Bring it down. There it is. There it is. Okay, cool. So first game, a good game. I'm down with that. My team fell apart, but you know, I dealt good damage, and you know, in those kind of battles where it is such a landslide loss, I will take happily. Yeah, we had no blind shots because we didn't take any. We can't really afford to in a battle that ends that quick. Yeah, I knew this 907 did very well. My team absolutely fell apart. We had, what, 11 tanks do less than 1,000 damage. 3 of them do 0. Another 3 of them do less than 500. You know, what are you gonna do? Got a message from Kaylor. Are you a content creator? Let's see if he actually does say hello or something super obscene. Yeah. You too, John. Yeah, that was a good game. But anyway, it's already an 18.5-minute video. Yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, comments about the Char, anything you think I could have done better in that battle, feel free to post it in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time.